Alright, so back to this yet another black screen video. However, as you can tell by the title, it's not on Blue Skies or anything else. It's on Takagi-San, right? Season 3, thoughts and opinions, right? That's what this is going to be, as well as just, I guess, kind of it's mostly going to be similar to the Yuri route. Thoughts and opinions, it'll be comparative, mostly done in comparison to the other two seasons that I have watched within this past month, a bit, maybe more. Again, right, so that's just as well as the movie too, so that's the big thing there, right? But because now that I've officially finished this, I've now watched everything regarding that, so nothing more to do. So this should be, I guess, the final video. I don't want to say final, but it's like, it will be the culminating video for this series, right? Which is unfortunate because I'd say, well, my overall favorite is Violet Evergarden, right? That's not even a contest. But in terms of like this type of genre, like slice of life, like rom-com, I guess if you could call it that, type of stuff, like this genre, it's like I don't even know if it has like a name, but it's like this type of show, I'd say this is like by far my favorite, right? At least out of the ones I've watched. So, but again, it is what it is, right? So that's what that comes down to. But first things first, and I'll get this out of the way, and just like some admin stuff before I get into it. My original plan was, once I finished watching season 3, which I watched dubbed, by the way, so I watched all 3 dubbed. Dub was pretty good. What would you call it? Especially because I'm pretty sure they kept most of the voice actors like consistent throughout the 3 seasons, but I don't know. I'm not as like into that, but it was pretty good. My original plan or intent was to watch the movie following it, because I had already watched it like a while ago. I think like closer to like 2 months ago, but I watched it in sub and like on a YouTube video, so it was like very like terrible quality. I mean, I saw the whole thing. It's just was not good there. And the website that hosted season 3, they sold like you could buy the movie. So my intent was to buy the movie and then like watch and dub. The issue being it's a Blu-ray disc like copy that I don't have a Blu-ray player, so I literally just have my laptop. So fortunately couldn't buy it, and it's something to where I'm not gonna go out of my way and get one solely for that. So it's like the big thing there, what that ends up coming down to is that it's like, okay, with that, it's like gonna hold off on that, not really, I guess, like worry about that, since I already technically watched it again. Just not gonna be able to rewatch it or watch it dub. So just not gonna worry about that. So again, it ended with this ends with season 3. So just disclaimer, getting that out of the way, And then I guess that's pretty much the main thing I wanted to say or talk about, right? Yeah, I don't think was there anything else? I don't really think so. That was pretty much what I want to talk about and get out of the way. Also, this is a couple days after I finished it. I finished it Friday, and now it's Sunday, but I still it's only 2 days, right? So, but that was the other thing. But those are like the 2 things I just wanted to get out of the way before I get into it. So, but with that, right, again, you can get into it there. So again, season 3, right, overall. So I'd say, again, and I mentioned this during, what was it, season 1 or whatever, after I'd finished watching that, I very much preferred season 2 over season 1. Didn't mean that I think, they didn't think season 1 was good, but like, again, I just preferred season 2, right? I'd say after watching season 3, I think I prefer season 3 over season 2. It's pretty crazy, right? Honestly, if you really wanted to watch the show, you really honestly don't need to watch season 1. I mean, it's like the one thing you get out of it is like they're in like how they meet. But even that's like they did the old MLB where they save it for the last fucking episode, and it's only like half the episode too. So, but yeah, I'd say you can honestly start with. I mean, that's what I did, right, when I originally watched it, however long ago. Like last summer, I watched season 2. I didn't watch season 1 because I thought it was the only season, right? And then you can watch season 3 because it picks up. And now that we're getting into season 3 proper, it picks up right where season 2 leaves off, like literally like right after the festival, the fireworks thing. So again, it's like it's interesting because some of the episodes are like they're a bit more, I guess, what's the term? I don't want to say abstract, but sort of like there's a better term for it. they're a bit, free form, a bit more creative, or like sort of unique. In, like, for example, the first episode, I know like half of it's like a dream sequence of both, like the main two characters, right? So it's like that was a bit odd there, and I'm pretty sure it's like the second episode's like it's like a silent film for like half the episode. So it's kind of funny there, but they're a bit more, I guess what would you call it? They're a bit more outside the box, when it comes to at least some of them. And then it's something to where it's like I'd say, overall, like the season consistently, it's a lot less focused on sort of like the teasing aspect or nature of their sort of friendship, I guess you can call it, but more so that relationship aspect where it's like them actually getting closer, and actually being like a genuine fucking, I guess I don't want to say like couple, but sort of like, they care for each other, like they feel for each other, they, I guess, express their emotions there, right? And it's something to where it's like, because again, and this was my whole spiel after watching season two, that seamless transition. It seems like, because you really see that during, because season one is mostly teasing, right? It's all that teasing, right? Season two, you see that, seamless transition from, that to kind of, okay, now you can really see, especially with the festival, that like those last two episodes of season two, right? In the fireworks show, it's like you really see like sort of the results of that, or the end, the impacts that. And then season three, it's kind of cemented into that, and it's just more so about, I'd say, expressing that towards each other. And I mean, you see that like by the end, like similar to like how the last two episodes of season two were like, okay, they were like developed towards that, or for that, what would you call it, finale, or like whatever, right? So it's like it's the similar for season three, where it's like again Valentine's Day and White Day. It's like he again, receives like her gift, right? And then he returns the favor, right? And that's kind of them expressing their feelings, and him like realizing like like this whole time, she was, teasing him, granted, but it's like a lot of the times when he thought she did, she actually wasn't, and that it was, she was being genuine there. And then that's why he literally like goes out of his way, freaking like runs to, get her like return gifts, so that he can actually, express his, in return, her feelings there, right? So it's just, again, it's done so well, right? I'd say I still prefer the season two, finale, because that's kind of on like a whole nother level, right? But overall, consistently, I think season three, like I prefer season three, and that may just be because it focuses more on their sort of like, their like, I guess, relationship, if you call it that, over kind of like the whole teasing thing. But it's like, again, that's why season two is that, transition, right? But season three focuses on that again. It's just really nice there, right? And it's like, because you see like the sort of results of that, and it's like one thing that I noticed, and because I mean, I was thrown and caught off guard by the movie, because the order in which I watched it was season two, the movie, season one, season three. So like the worst order possible. The movie ends with them graduating fucking middle school, like that, So it's like the timetable is like, in terms of like timing and sort of like the timetable or like timeline for the show, it's pretty fucking fast. Like I'm pretty sure season one is their first year, season two is like their second year, and it's like season three is their third year. So it's literally just 1 year, right? Per fucking. So it's like, and it's 12 episodes per. So theoretically, it's literally like one episode a month, right? It's pretty crazy, like how quickly it moves. But like again, you see that there, right? So like their kind of evolution, and like that. Where was I going with this? It was just, yeah, but it's pretty like crazy, because then again, you see season three ends off with, or the movie ends off with them going to the festival or the fireworks show the following year, because they also do the like Fireflies thing that doesn't end up working out, but. And then it ends with the fucking, scene of them in the future. That was like fucking perfect. Like that was like, I was so, that was like, the perfect way to lead off to, because I assume they're not going to do anything. I mean, they literally like, they have one season per year, and then they end with the movie, and it's like, what else can you do? You filled up the entire time, or like space, that they could occupy. So it's like, I don't think you can really do much more with the show, but having that scene is just perfect for that. But again, that's for the movie. But for season three, though, again, it's like, again, it's just like, yeah, it really just cements, hones in, and focuses on that, right? And it's just, it's really nice there, because it's like, again, because there are some times where it's like, granted, it's funny because it's like I'm not sure. Does he ever? Well, he only ever wins contests when it comes to fucking you know, their like relationship, right? Like their feelings towards each other. But it's like any other time, like he loses. So it's like, but again, the bulk of that's in what season 1 and 2, right? In season 3, like there really aren't that many, and it's only ever used almost as like a plot point for something. Never as just some like random joke around like game or something. But I also find another thing that's hilarious is that because by that point, I mean, you start to see it in season 2, you don't really see it in season 1. But in season 2, people just assume, they're like, oh, like they're like dating, they're like a thing, right? Even his like friends do, right? They like just assume they're, and I mean, the whole finale is, like his friends are such like good bros, like him meeting up with her during the fucking festival with the fireworks, right? But in season 3, like everyone just assumes like they're like, it's not even like, just what would you call it? Like a couple or a few words, like, it's not just like people having sinking suspicions. They literally just assume, and it's hilarious because people assume even when he's not with her, right? Like he was just like in this school and he came across the other people and they're like, oh, are you looking for like her? And it's like, again, it is just fun there, but it's like, with how the timetable works out, it's like it's over the course of 3 years, so it's like it's actually like relatively realistic. It's not like all this shit is happening in the span of like a month or two, right? It's like just that's what that comes down to there. What else? There was something else I wanted to talk about pertaining to season 3. I guess I don't know. It's because I will say though, and this is something that's interesting. So you get there, and this is it's funny because there are very few moments because obviously Takagi like teases him all the time, right? But there are very few moments where you see like genuine like affection and or feelings on her part, because most of the time it's coming from him, right? Because obviously, even when she's like crushing him, she's pretty like composed. But there are very few moments. One of them is during like season 2, during like the build up to the festival when he actually asks her out to go there. Like she like kind of is ecstatic, and then during the actual festival itself when they end up like reconvening and then having that like I guess what would you call it, like date, like like that when she won the contest there, he did, right? you know but then it's also something to where it's like you see it with you see it way more in like season, like the big thing is like when he got chocolates from like someone else. She was like depressed. It was actually like and then also like you even see it more on her part with like whenever she like leaves him, she would like say something, or when she's just in her house like on her bed, right? It's like make some lines along, and I mean the whole like finale, like literally like the last shot of the show is with like them meeting, like she gets out of the fucking car and then they meet and Roni gives her like the gift, right? And then it's like receiving like his feelings or whatever, right? It's like that's like the moment like she sees him there is like, again, it's just really is crazy. I think I'm gonna end it because there was something else I want to say that was just on my mind but can't remember. But again, just what it comes down to is like, again, it's just it was done so well, right? Like I can't say enough good things. I literally have like zero negatives about it, right? you know um my only thing is I wish I could watch the movie, but whatever. Like I really enjoyed the movie too. It's just, again, see, it's like, honestly, if you want my honest thoughts, and because this is kind of the culminating video, you don't necessarily have to watch season 1, but 2 and 3 are a must. Season 1, it's still good, right? I mean, it's just not as good as 2 and 3, right? Because 2, like I mentioned, really focuses on that transition, and then 3 is, again, it focuses on kind of cementing that. So yeah, I mean, I don't really think I have anything else to say. I mean, I said what I want to, got what I want to. Yeah, it's just like, I mean, it's just yeah, I just, damn, I wish I could go back and watch it all again in like the actual fucking order, because instead of the like whack order that I watched it. But oh well, still definitely, by far my favorite show for this type of like genre. So with that though, I think I talked about everything, got everything I wanted to out of the way. I don't really have anything else that I want to say regarding that. So yep, at least in terms of that, that's all I've really got for this one. So yep, that's it for this one. See you in the next one.